Yeah, patients often ask, what is the next best thing that's coming out in MDS? And I'd say that even though we haven't had a lot of approvals in the last decade or more, there are several exciting things that are on the horizon. There's a lot of new agents that are in late stage trials or have already been approved for conditions that resemble MDS that are coming to MDS in the future. And they include a wide range of things. The most, I think, close to approval is a drug called luspatercept that is used for the treatment of lower risk MDS patients to help boost their hemoglobin level. It's a therapy for anemia that was recently shown to be effective in a phase 3 study. That would represent the first approval, I think, in MDS in about 14 or 15 years. For higher risk patients, there's a lot that has recently been approved in acute myeloid leukemia. For example, a drug venetoclax has been paired with one of our standard therapies for MDS, azacitidine or decitabine, and has been shown to be very active in that disease. We think MDS biologically is not dramatically different from AML, so we suspect that it would have effectiveness there too. So now there are studies that are looking at this drug in that space, but to be honest, we're often using it in the clinic in these patients and learning how to better dose it and better time it so that we can have it benefit the MDS patient population as well. Other drugs that are on the horizon that I think are interesting are, again, combinations with azacitidine. A drug called pevonedistat just finished a phase 3 trial. We're eagerly waiting to hear what the results of that were to see if it's something that we might add to our armamentarium. There are other drugs, like I said, the Idh inhibitors, both IDH1 and IDH2 inhibitors, that might come into play for those rare patients with MDS that have those mutations. So there's a lot of excitement on the horizon for novel therapies that we might be able to use in MDS. And like I said, venetoclax in particular is promising because it isn't targeted. It actually may work in a broader population. We don't necessarily need to find a biomarker that's active. We may be able to use it in everyone. The last two drugs I would mention that are a little bit earlier in development but also are very interesting. One is called APR-246. This is a drug that targets patients that have mutations of TP53. This is a mutation that typically confers a very poor prognosis, and this patient population tends to be resistant to therapy or relapse early after therapy has been given. So having a drug that can target this particular lesion is very exciting, and it has shown very good activity in early phase clinical studies. The last agent is a drug called magrolimab, which targets an immune receptor on tumor cells that essentially allows these tumor cells to hide from the immune system. By blocking that signal, immune cells are then able to recognize the tumor cells and actually phagocytose them or eat them and consume them. And like that other drug that I mentioned, APR-246, magrolimab has shown very exciting early phase activity both in AML and MDS, and we hope that that becomes another therapy that we have for this disease in the future.